Welcome to the Experience Gap, the insight shop to the rescue, where we turn customer nightmares into teachable moments for businesses. Each week, we bring you real stories of service breakdowns, highlight the moments that matter, and equip businesses with strategies to delight their customers. I'm Kate Complin, the owner of the Insight Shop. I created this podcast to give customers a voice, to share their stories and frustrations, in hopes that companies would take notice, listen, and take action, as customers are your most important assets. Joining me today is Doug Topken, a CRM and digital engagement channel veteran. Doug, it's great to have you on my podcast.
Thanks. Great to see you again, Kate.
Now, I understand that you have a story to tell around your contractor on your bathroom remodel. So if you could tell the audience what fell short, what happened, and how that impacted you.
Sure, I'd be happy to relive parts of that and tell the story. So my wife and I hired a bathroom remodeler, full service design, build, the whole spiel deal company. They absolutely wowed us with their showroom and their selection of materials and manufacturers they represented, and further wowed us with their designer. A woman, is the family business. They've been in business forever, apparently 30, 40 years. And one of the daughters is our designer. Terrific experience. They invested so much time, way beyond what you get to your local big box store and what we got here. Big box, maybe a 1 buying a bathroom from one of those names that I won't name, versus what we thought was a 10 from Layla is her name.
Okay.
And it was just terrific. And the iteration, like, wow, they're investing so much time. We haven't even signed a contract yet. And they've got 50 hours in this, and we're being kind of pain in the butts, changing this, doing that. And once we went through the process, we're like, you know what? We're not even going to talk to anybody else. This woman is just so good, and she's investing so much of her time. We're so happy with the materials that we together are selecting. We believe in this. So we signed the contract, which, much to my, frustration or concern, it wasn't a detailed contract. It was like all the stuff they were going to do, and okay, this toilet and this kind of tile. And so it was detailed in that respect. But there weren't prices attached to those. It's just a lump sum. I'm like, wait a minute. What if we want to swap the toilet? And like, we want a more expensive one, or we want a cheaper one. How much does that change the price? Oh, yeah, we don't work that way. And I was like, we just roll it all up. And I'm like, how are you managing your business and your margins? I can just swap in a more expensive toilet. I don't get it. So that was a warning sign that we overlooked, but we are so invested. And as you and some of your audience may know, when you're doing a project like this, particularly with a significant other, it's not just always a very rational process. Not to say one person or another isn't rational, but you get emotionally attached because you're really psyched to have this new bathroom because your present bathroom is crap, no pun intended. And, you want a really nice one. And so we signed, and importantly, we were told that we would have a project manager on site every day. Every day the workers are there, there'll be a project manager checking in, not staying the whole day, of course, but checking in. Awesome. Wow, this is going to go great. And also they're in and out in 3 weeks. Well, we signed, they started, and the 2 guys show up, the subs, the plumber, carpenter, whoever, and they're like, 3 weeks? This is going to be 6 to 8 weeks. We're like, okay, I get it. I've done this before. 3 weeks is unrealistic. I shouldn't have believed them. 6, 8 weeks is fine. As long as we get a good result in the end, we're all good. And then everything just all fell down from there. Where the project manager never showed up, like hardly ever. It wasn't until 2-3 weeks in. We had some issues where I saw, having done some work myself, we saw the carpenter starting to frame out boxes for medicine cabinets. I'm like, Joe, we're not getting medicine cabinets that require framing. I'm sorry, I'm not a carpenter, but we're just hanging mirrors. Well, this is what the project plan says. You're getting a, Keystone XX-2 cabinets built in. I'm like, no. So it wasn't Joe's fault. He's going by the project sheet.
Right.
And then it turns out that finally the project manager shows up. It wasn't the project manager. It was the owner of the company, cursing about coming out of retirement to do this. And, I've done millions of jobs. This should be easy. Don't talk to the guys, talk to me. And then he cursed the people in the shop, pointing the finger at the people clicking buttons on computers, making wrong project sheet. Anyway, long story short, we do have a beautiful bathroom. There are whole kinds of punch list items that they never did. Like they sold us on the new like Decora switches and outlets, right? They're the square ones. They're nicer than the old fashioned ones from the 60s and 70s. Sure, put them in. What the heck? You got to swap a few anyway. Fine, put them in. $100, whatever it was for the half dozen of them. Fine, no big deal. Well, at the end of the job, we look and there's some normal Decoras. Just come on. And the outlet covers were offset so you could see the, inside the sheetrock. come on, this is not a $35,000 bathroom remodel. This is something like I could do. So
Yeah.
it was a you know what show. And the moments that mattered are when the project manager didn't show up.
Mhm.
Perhaps the moment that mattered on our side was that, we were so invested in this process and so, in love with this woman and the amazing things that she was doing and the time that she gave us. I mean, it's really remarkable. You're not going to get that anywhere else, I didn't think.
Yeah.
We just overlooked some of the things and didn't hold them accountable. And we felt, hey, they've already ripped all the sheetrock out of the bathroom. The tiles are all up, the toilet's gone, fixtures are gone.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
Right.
So we still have a lot of stuff that I'm now finishing up myself. We had a final payment due with them, and they've just ghosted us. They never sent an invoice. Maybe someday there'll be a mechanic clean on my house. It wasn't a lot of money; it's a few $1,000s, but still, hey, a few $1,000s these days is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's my story. Others probably have similar experiences, but I hope not.
I would imagine they do. And for you, Doug, what would you say are the primary pain points that you experienced throughout your story?
Not having a project manager day by day. It became acutely painful when the retired owner of the company came, very knowledgeable, polite
Yeah.
man, but him complaining about coming out of retirement and blaming the office for clicking the wrong things on the file. Like I don't want to hear that. I just
No.
want what I bought. So that was a moment that mattered and really soured me on them. Period. Full stop.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And then it also seems like there was a lot of responsibility on you to make sure that they were following the right plan and the things that had been scoped were being done,
Yeah.
which also seems that that probably shouldn't have been your responsibility.
No, no. I mean, back in the day, we were all working in the office, right? And I wouldn't be
Yeah.
here to, stand up from my desk and occasionally go peek and see that the
Right.
plumber is putting the shower drain in the center instead of at the end for what do they call it, the linear drain.
Uh-huh.
And, the plumber cursing me out saying, I'm not a plumber. What do I know? And, let's go check the shower pan. It's in the garage and I'll show you, Doug. He's cursing at me almost. I'll show you that the drain's in the middle. I'm like, well, okay, let's go open the box. Let's see what we got. Open the
Right.
box. Sure, it's a linear drain. Drains at the end. I'm right. Plumber's wrong. I don't want to be in that situation.
Right. No, no, you just want to, you're paying enough money, you want to just sit back and have confidence it's being done right.
Yeah, and I don't want to have any kind of hard feelings or
Mhm.
conflict in my home, even if it's just verbal. I mean, I don't need a plumber upstairs in my master bedroom that's angry at me. Not that he's going to
Right.
do something. It's just a tension that you don't want in your home. It's a bad vibe.
Yeah, I understand for sure.
Yeah.
So, Doug, in summary, how should the experience with your contractor for your bathroom remodel gone for you?
We should have approached the whole thing much more cautiously and not gotten so emotionally in love with either Layla or all the fine work that they truly did do for us up front and stayed a little more vigilant throughout. And we could have done our homework and checked the reviews a little better. We didn't hire some fly by night outfit out of Craigslist. They've been in the same location for 35 years and they had some Google reviews. Now, not all businesses solicit them, but we should have done our homework and checked, which I've always done in all other cases. We just fell in love with the design and the process and just felt so appreciative of the work that they did up front that we
Mhm.
forgave too much too fast.
Well, and then on the flip side, because you're kind of putting it all on you right now, what should have the experience gone for you from the contractor
Well,
perspective?
if you say there's going to be a project manager on site every day to make sure things are right and our questions are answered, then by
Yeah.
golly, do it. And if you say that if there's any issue and I shouldn't speak with Joe and Tom, the plumber and
Mhm.
carpenter, I should call the office. Well, then by golly, when I call the office and the person who answers isn't empowered to take action, then that person should get the message to the person that can and do something about it. So all these
Yeah.
things, they just fell down, and then having
Yeah.
the owner tell me that he's come out of retirement and he's done all this wonderful work in his past 3, 4, 5, 10 decades. That's all great, but how about doing the work for me here today? I should have held him accountable, but at that point, the relationship was getting a little contentious, and I just didn't
Yeah.
want to kick the guy off.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I'll leave you with this. According to the Consumer Federation of America, home improvement was the number three complaint category in 2024 across 41 states and local agencies. The BBS data in US and Canada shows nearly 4,000 complaints about general contractors in 2024. The biggest homeowner pain points when renovating, according to 2025 US House and Home Study, We're finding the right pros, sourcing products, staying on budget, and staying on schedule. So surely demand is not going away for those contractors that solve these problems and deliver on customer expectations will come out as winners, as 93% of homeowners plan projects in 2025, as 67% would rather renovate than move, according to the Angie's 2024 State of Home Spending Report. So contractors out there that are listening, if you provide a good customer experience, they're going to get a whole lot of project work. Thank
Well,
you for joining us.
yeah, we've got 2 more bathrooms to do. And sorry, Layla.
All right. Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome, Kate. Have a great day.